Hello, New Hampshire. I'm Rick Santorum. I served 12 years representing Pennsylvania in the United States Senate, but I also have substantial executive experience making the tough decisions of balancing budget.
My name is Michelle Bachmann. It's a thrill to be here tonight in the Live Free or Die state.
Rich, former Speaker of the House, Obama.
I'm Mitt Romney, and it's an honor to be back at St. Anselm. Hopefully I'll get it right this year. Thank you.
I am Congressman Ron Paul. I've been elected to the Congress 12 times.
Good evening, I'm Tim Pawlenty. I'm a husband. Mr. Kaine.
Hello, I'm Herman Cain. I am not a politician.
The other day, 54% of Republican voters in this state say they're willing to have higher taxes on the wealthy to help bring down the deficit. Are they wrong?
Well, look, the question is, would it in fact increase jobs or kill jobs? The Obama administration is an anti-jobs, anti-business, anti-American energy, destructive force, and we shouldn't talk about what we do in 2013.
I just want to make an announcement here for you, John, on CNN tonight. I filed today my paperwork to seek the office of the presidency of the United States today, and I'll very soon be making my formal announcement.
As a journalist who's written frequently about healthcare and medicine for both newspapers and for corporate publications, I'm very concerned about the overreach of the massive healthcare legislation that was passed last year. My question is, what would each candidate do? What 3 steps would they take to defund Obamacare and repeal it as soon as possible? Thank you.
Congresswoman Bachmann, let's start with you on that.
Thank you, John. Sylvia, thank you for that great question. I was the very first member of Congress to introduce the full-scale repeal of Obamacare. And I want to make a promise to everyone watching tonight. As President of the United States, I will not rest until I repeal Obamacare. It's a promise. Take it to the bank, cash the check.
Yesterday, Governor Pawlenty, who is to your left on the stage tonight, called your Massachusetts plan, which you know has become a focal point of the criticism in this campaign from your friends here, Obamacare. You're asked a question, which is fair enough, but you chose those words. And so one of my questions is, why would you choose those words, maybe in the comfort of a Sunday show studio? Your rival is standing right there. If it was Obamacare on Fox News Sunday, why is it not Obamacare standing here with the governor right there?
President Obama is the person who I quoted in saying he looked to Massachusetts for designing his program. He's the one who said it's a blueprint and that he merged the 2 programs. And so using the term Obamacare was a reflection of the president's comments that he designed Obamacare on the Massachusetts health care plan.
You've lost the American people. If they're not following you, you have to slow down until you can get them with you. Is that a fair point?
We don't need to slow down. I hate to tell you, I hate to be the one to give you the bad news, doctor. You're not going to get most of the money you put into Medicare. And the Paul Ryan approach, I totally support. And he has been very courageous in taking the lead on this. And you know that commercial where they have demagogued the whole thing with Medicare and having grandma tossed off the bridge? If we don't fix this problem, it's going to be our grandkids in that wheelchair that they're going to be throwing off the bridge.
I think that's an audience pleaser. Let's continue our questions. Let's get right down to the floor. John DeStaso, the union leader.
Thank you, John. Congresswoman Bachmann, let's turn to a serious subject. New Hampshire is one of 5 states where individuals who happen to be gay can marry legally. This is a question of conflicting interests. I know you're opposed to same-sex marriage. As president, would you try to overturn, what influence would you use from the White House to try to overturn these state laws, despite your own personal belief that states should handle their own affairs whenever possible and in many circumstances?
I'm running for the presidency of the United States, and I don't see that it's the role of a president to go into states and interfere with their state laws.
On that point, what is this president going to do when he comes to office? A lot of folks run for president as pro-life, and then that issue gets shoved to the back burner. I will tell you that the issue of pro-life, the sanctity and dignity of every human life, not just at birth, not just in the issue of abortion, but with respect to the entire life, which I mentioned welfare reform and the dignity of people at the end of life. Those issues will be top priority issues for me to make sure that all life is respected.
As a naturalized American citizen who came here legally, I would like to know how you, as a president, plan to prevent illegal immigrants from using our health care, welfare systems.
Senator Santorum, why don't you lead off on that one?
Well, I'm the son of a legal immigrant in this country and believe in legal immigration. That is a great wellspring of strength for our country. But we cannot continue to provide, the federal government should not require states to provide government services. And I have consistently voted against that and believe that we are, unfortunately, my grandfather came to this country, I announced in Somerset County. He didn't come here because he was guaranteed a government benefit. He came here because he wanted freedom. And I think most people who come to this country, certainly all people who come here legally, want it because they wanted the opportunities of this country. And that's what we should be offering. We should not be offering to people, particularly those who broke the law to come here or overstayed their visa, we should not be offering government benefits.
And so, Dr. Paul, to you on this one, the question comes up, though, once they're in the country illegally, you have compassion sometimes bumps up against enforcing the law and state budget crises. A 5-year-old child of an illegal immigrant walks into an emergency room. Does the child get care?
Well, first off, we shouldn't have the mandates. We bankrupted the hospitals. And
I'm here with John Brown from Swansea, New Hampshire. He's retired from the U.S. Navy, 25 years of service, and right now he has 3 sons serving in the Navy, so you can imagine he has a very important question. What would you like to ask tonight, John?
Osama bin Laden is dead. We've been in Afghanistan for 10 years. Isn't it time to bring our combat troops home from Afghanistan?
Governor Romney, take the lead on that one.
It's time for us to bring our troops home as soon as we possibly can, consistent with the word that comes from our generals that we can hand the country over to the Taliban military in a way that they're able to defend themselves. It should be
and the process. President Obama made a pick. Senator McCain made a pick. Who made the best choice?
I think Governor Palin's a remarkable leader. I think she's qualified to be president of the United States. I think she's equally as qualified or more qualified and would have been as strong of a president as Joe Biden. He's wrong on everything.
There's a President Bachmann, and you are only allowed to hire one of the candidates on this stage. Which one would it be and why?
Don't choose the old guys.
Oh, well, maybe we'll have to have an American Idol contest and go from there. In the last 2 hours, I've learned more about the goodness of the American people.
I think that what Herman said, we got a great field of candidates. I was very impressed by what I heard. I hope everybody else was. These are folks that answered the questions that were asked of them and did it very directly.